newest stadium in the NFL, and its inaugural year. There's a look inside U.S. Bank Stadium here in Minneapolis. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here between the Seattle Seahawks and the Houston Texans.
Caw, my bird, caw. Mr. Wagner. Mr. Baby Wagner. You got pretty hair. Yeah, you got pretty hair too. Mine's golden. Mine's black. We're forming a trust circle and break.
All the talk, all the hype, but the past is prologue as this Super Bowl is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They're led onto the field by their quarterback.
32-8.
Quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
And when I think of Russell Wilson, I think not just of the big plays that he's made, and those are considerable, but when they were made. 4th and 26 in a Big Ten championship game against Michigan State when he was with Wisconsin. A big completion helped lead his team to a victory. A big 4th down throw for a touchdown in an NFC championship game against the San Francisco 49ers. When the chips are down, this guy plays it.
Comeback, wow. No pressure.
All the way out across the 45. Good use of the pass there to pick up the first down against a defensive look that they had specifically prepared for, they told us, coming into this one.
Certainly seems like they're holding all the right cards now, doesn't it? Because of their preparation. Went back, watched the tape, studied the tendencies.
First time I played him, it was really close.
And they were able to use the pass against them.
It's a loss of 2 there.
The coverage was inexcusable.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
They go again with Rawls. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. Here's the offense. Certainly some threats on this offense, and one of them that they target is Doug Baldwin.
Not only does he do a nice job catching the ball downfield, he's also a tremendous blocker that helps unleash the running game.
7 yards remaining here on 3rd down. From midfield now, here's Wilson. He's got
Come on, get pressure, Jesus.
Great protection. He's got Curse.
Good God, their offensive line.
Reaching the 15-yard line. Give him 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line.
Need to get cornerback splitting in here.
Allowed for the big completion downfield. Those guys made that play possible.
First down, this is Rawls. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here.
Over there.
They stay on the ground. Rawls again. And he's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just so quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
That's good.
Good God.
It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup up ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
First and goal at the 3-yard line now. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. On 3rd and goal, Wilson is passing.
God damn.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Jimmy Graham, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them.
There you go, Danny.
Amendola, he's going to go. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Houston. Danny Amendola, 95 yards. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Well, there you go. They gave up a score to start the game, and as quick as they could get it back, they did on the return.
And people talk about this all the time, whether you're coaching it, whether you're trying to work on it, whether you're just trying to put in the minds of your players. Attack back as fast as you can after giving up a score. No quicker way than on a kick return.
And last year, that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year, he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Texans scoop it. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line.
Here you go, Connie.
So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
They'll run with Miller. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. He'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's brought down. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Over.
They'll look to throw here.
Oh,
takes
pressure.
A shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Jalen Strong, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Fucking Bumblebee.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Gun. They'll look to throw. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Steven Anderson taking it in. And the Texans have taken the lead.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Now it's Nick Novak back out following his field goal to send it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions,
Boom.
but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. He's going to get the football. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down. Well, that was better than the first go-around when he lost yardage, but still nothing there, and that sets up a 3rd and long. Tough spot here.
Put it mildly, sometimes I wonder if some of that old-school football should come back into play. You know what I would think here? Quick kick. Try and change field position, help out your team.
Now Wilson. It's caught outright by Graham. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Canadian-born punter, John Ryan, to kick it away for Seattle.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some
The
tackles,
ACL?
a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Oh, please not blocking the back.
To throw now on 1st down. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Strong grabs it over the middle. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Gets it to Strong. Going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got Fuller. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 32 yards. And the Texans will add on to their lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as a wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Come on, holding.
Every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Super Bowl 52 after this. A reminder, coming up at the intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Larry Ridley and the crew in Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report. Now Wilson. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either. I
think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And now they're in the hurry-up. Off the play fake to Rawls. Wilson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. This will be taken at the 10. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. And now out comes
it's a really cool
Houston.
bike.
And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself,
oh, Lord.
Nobody there to stop him. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 78 yards. And the Texans will extend their lead. Well, looking down at my game card here, that's 5 drives now for them and 4 touchdowns. I think anybody would take an 80% ratio.
I'm sure that they would, but if you flip it over to the other side of the ball, what are they going to hang their hat on? There was one possession. They held them to no score whatsoever. That's where they're going to try and build on and try and slow this team down.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
It's caught on the left side by Kurz. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And Graham's got it over the middle. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come out here in the eye. Throwing is Wilson. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. So just 1 yard to go here on 3rd down. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
B's on my base.
On 3rd and short, they just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receivers, has really become the next in the evolutionary chain in the NFL. Go all the way back in that situation, you're handed to the fullback, right? As we evolve, maybe you pitch it to your...
Look at the big man rumble. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Jimmy Graham has as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Danny Amendola on the return. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. Up it with a great chance to make a big play.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans will add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff.
It's a terrible idea.
You don't want to give up a big play right before
It's
the
cute,
half
but it's scary.
This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Because the dog could compromise you at any second
And he'll get it up
into a car.
past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So these two teams will head back to their respective locker rooms here in Super Bowl 52 from Minnesota. Okay. As we'll send you down. Do you seriously just skip the halftime of the Super Bowl? Who does that? It's a Super Bowl. Watch the halftime show. All right, here we go. Third quarter action now. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Dumps it complete to Miller. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. From the gun on third, Savage. He's got the completion to Strong. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. On second down, here's Miller. And some room to work. And he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
And that's a good sign right there as we start the third quarter. Because in the first half, not much space to run the football. And as we go into the half, we often think to ourselves, all right, what's the adjustment? What do they have to do? You know what a lot of the adjustments are? No adjustment. You know the game plan. Been working on it all week. Maybe a little tweak here or there, a little bit better blocking. And now you're establishing the running game.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Here's Savage now on second. And he's got it over the middle. Fedorowicz. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal. On first and 10, Savage. This will be caught at about the 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. And quickly, they get to the line.
Here we go. All right, now, look at 56.
Throwing again is Savage. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Will Fuller with a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight. And the Texans will extend their lead. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And heading back onto the field now, the Texans defense. They've had a couple passing touchdowns against them in this game, and that last drive they really got picked apart.
They've got to figure out how to tighten things up because no matter what they've done, whatever adjustments they've made, offense has been a step ahead of them, so they've got to figure it out. Usually, a sack of the quarterback can help change the momentum.
Maybe bring some pressure.
I think maybe a little bit of pressure would help them greatly.
4 yards remaining now on second down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Now Wilson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat. Complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
He finds his man, Baldwin. Call it a gain of 10, and they pick up the first.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. On second down, Rawls. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. That second down run, a big help as 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now. 3 yards left to grab here on third down.
Well, that's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on first down. And I think myself and probably the fans are saying throw the football in this situation. But he knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they've got 3rd and short.
A gain of 7, and they pick up the first.
On third down, that's a good job of standing where the first down mark.
Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
God damn.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So you heard the word. This is a neutral zone infraction.
Yeah, the defender wanted to try and get back after he had jumped, unable to do so.
Following the penalty, it's Rawls. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The good signal callers will never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. And able to find Graham, complete. The 13 yards that time in the first.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch. On first down, Wilson. The grab made by Curse over the middle.
A gain of 6 there on first.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Well, there really wasn't much there, but a completion is a completion. A tough third down awaits them.
On third down, Wilson. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up fourth.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from the first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's likely not going to matter much, but at least they get themselves 3 points closer to respectability.
And I don't know that they're going to feel a whole lot better about things because they've clearly been outplayed all game long. But, hey, no reason not to take the points when the opportunity presents itself.
Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Completion left side to Miller. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Third and 2, Savage. And finding Fedorowicz. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first. And the offense lining up first and 10. 2 minutes to go here in Super Bowl 52 from Minneapolis. We're back to crown a champion after this. On first down, Savage. And he's got it over the middle, Fedorowicz. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players who somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Here is Savage.
Ah.
And that is incomplete. C.J. Fedorowicz, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
A nickel look by Seattle on third down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. Throwing on third down, it's Savage.
Holding.
And take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. Third and long. It's Savage. And this is caught. at the 8. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. NFL teams last year a little under 50% on fourth down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And that will force a turnover on downs. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. On 2nd down, Wilson surveying the field. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. 5 yards to gain here on 3rd down. Graham slotted out to the left. And they're going to go soft on the corners. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And he comes back with one complete. 9 yards on the play and a 1st down. So he makes the grab and the change move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that 1st down pass.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. Tyler Lockett, 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. To throw again is Wilson. End zone.
Fucking Jimmy Graham, 3 touchdowns.
Seattle. Jimmy Graham with his 3rd touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. Well, yes, that's his
Kids, that's why you score a lot of
catch,
points.
which is very impressive, but on the scoreboard, they're still struggling.
So safe to say that without him, my goodness, yikes, they are in major league trouble. He's doing his best to try and keep them in the game.
This will be fielded at the 6, and he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And this looks to probably be the final play. They come out here in the eye. A 1st down carry now for Miller. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. And the Lone Star State has a new champion. It's the Houston Texans, kings of the Super Bowl. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
I was looking for a tight end to trade for and ended up settling with Greg Olsen. I liked him more well-rounded than Jimmy Graham, but look what he did to me. I got a spinning move though, full floor.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging
4
rights
touchdowns for Will Fuller.
Entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been
I traded
there every
D-Hop
step of the way.
for
our entire crew doing a wonderful job.
offensive lineman
Charles
and
Davis,
for
all
Jimmy,
those guys.
not
I'm
for Jimmy,
Brandon
for
Gunn
Greg
signing
Olsen.
off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.
This is the last opportunity to resign your players, or they will become free agents. All combine stats such as the 40-yard dash are now available in scouting. Check it out.
I don't really play Ultimate Team anymore. I can't remember. I think it's somewhere around like 88 or something. I kept up with it like week to week until about week like 7 or 8, and I got behind and I just kind of stopped playing.
Dolphins are now on the clock. All right, let's go to Adam Schefter, who's got more on this pick.
Well, there isn't much to say other than this kid was born to run. He's the spitting image of his father, a nationally ranked sprinter in several major events, and highly recruited by every major college. However, unlike his dad, he chose to pursue a career in football, and so far that decision is paying off. He may not be gold medal fast, but he has the speed and quickness to cause fits for the opposing team. He's the type of player you like to see out in the open field where he can make moves a lot of other players can't. The coaches are going to love having his speed at their disposal.
The Jaguars are now on the clock.
The Jaguars have made their pick. Adam, what can you tell us about him?
He's a Heisman-winning defender. Let me say that one more time. He won the Heisman, and he's a defensive player. Need I say more? You can imagine how well he played this season to win the biggest award in college over several offensive playmakers. The trophy was well-deserved, and according to Matt Miller, he projects really well as a defender in the NFL. I think this is a home run pick, and it's great to see a defender get some well-deserved recognition.
Our very own Adam Schefter has more to say about this pick.
A skilled running back with a nose for the end zone, his draft stock got a shot in the arm after setting a team record for single-game rushing touchdowns. He's a unique mixture of speed, power, and agility, reminding some draft experts of Emmitt Smith. Sources I spoke with absolutely love his linebacker mentality, refusing to go out of bounds and taking on defenders in hopes of extra yards wherever and whenever possible. He should see immediate action in the preseason and compete for the starting spot.
The Buccaneers have made their selection. What can we tell you about him? That's why we have Adam Schefter.
If there's one thing this defensive back is good at, it's the old bait the quarterback into throwing and picking it off trick. And he's not just good at it, he's great. He set the school record for interceptions in a season, and most of those interceptions happened when he baited the quarterback and forced him into poor decisions. He's also had his fair share of circus-style catches in tight coverage, the type of catches that even some receivers can't make. He may have a harder time picking off NFL quarterbacks, but his coverage ability is enough alone to warrant this team drafting him with this pick.
The Broncos are now on the clock.
Now that the Broncos have made their pick, let's go to Adam Schefter for more.
He's the type of wide receiver that several scouts believe could be the next all-time great. His performance at the College All-Star Game further supported this belief, hauling in double-digit catches and ending the day with 4 touchdowns. Draft experts praise him for his pure athleticism, but some have questioned his work ethic. Matt Miller was one of them, feeling that when the game comes so easily to you at the college level, and you are so gifted physically, you could very easily lose the mental edge needed to excel in the NFL. He should get plenty of reps in the preseason to prove his worth and see if he can live up to the lofty expectations that many have for him.
Now that Roach is off the board, Adam, what do you have on him?
Just 2 years ago, he was on the boxing team for a small school before transferring and using his final year of eligibility to play football for a bigger program. Right away, he made an impact for the team, compensating for what he lacked in with pure intensity and aggression. He's going to need to learn to play more with his head and see the game differently at the next level, but he has all the tools to develop into a great player. It all comes down to what the coaches can get out of him, and this first off season will be a major test for him.
The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Jaguars are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The Colts are now on the clock. Colts pick is in. Adam, give us the rundown.
After a string of injuries his junior year and what looked like more of the same his senior year, he made the decision to leave the team. It was a difficult choice to make, but after consulting with the trainers and coaches, it seemed like the best long-term option. His body needed more time to heal from past injuries, and opting out of his senior year helped him make a complete recovery in preparation for the draft. So even though there wasn't a lot of recent tape on him, he did put on a good show at the Combine, convincing scouts he hadn't lost a step. Some teams were concerned with his competitiveness after foregoing that final year of eligibility, but at least one team was confident enough to pick him up. Now we'll see if this team can keep him healthy and on the field.
Pick's been made. Let's go to Adam Schefter to hear more about the player.
Long talked about as a top 3 defensive back prospect, his draft stock fell dramatically after a series of consecutive struggles late in the season against inferior wide receivers. Many speculated that these struggles were due to a series of nagging injuries, a theory which may have been validated by his strong performance at his pro day. I was able to talk with several GMs about him at the Combine, and they told me he possesses the raw physical skills needed to become a top-tier NFL defensive back. 3 skills in particular were mentioned by every GM I spoke to: exceptional physicality at the line of scrimmage, a nose for the ball, and better hands than most receivers they've seen and scouted. The reason for his collegiate struggles may forever be shrouded in mystery, but they'll soon be forgotten if he's able to realize his full football potential.
The Giants are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock. The Panthers are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Jaguars are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a trade.
The Colts are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock.
What wait, looks like both war rooms are feverishly back on the phones. I think that means a trade is coming.
The Chargers are now on the clock. Let's go to Adam now, who's got more on the Chargers' last pick.
His team had one of the best rushing defenses in college this season, and he's probably the biggest reason why. Teams eventually abandoned the run game altogether after they averaged only 1 to 2 yards per carry in the first half. Among linebackers on the team, he would always lead the point of attack, penetrating the opposing team's offensive line. Every tailback that lined up against him seemed to keep one eye on the handoff and the other searching for him. And usually when they found him, it was too late to react. He's one of the best tacklers to come out in years. Hopefully, he'll get on the field soon and help them stop the run.
Well, if you're wondering what the delay is, I think we've got a trade coming here.
The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Giants are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. Colts are now on the clock.
Oh shit. Take a left guard or... anything about the left tackles.
The 49ers are now on the clock. The Colts are now on the clock.
Hold on now. This pick is trading teams.
The Titans are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock. The Browns are now on the clock.
I see both teams filling out cards. You know what that means? We've got a trade.
The Chargers are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. Adam, what can you tell us about the Raiders' newest player?
Successes and failures seem to go hand in hand during a very inconsistent season for him. Leading into his pro day, scouts expressed a great deal of concern over his inability to string together consistent positive performances. Those who attended came away extremely impressed with his raw physical abilities and footwork, feeling that with time and proper coaching, he could develop into a formidable NFL lineman. This pick may not pay immediate dividends, but it's a solid investment in the future of the offensive line.
The Bears are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock.